All right, everybody, we are going to get started. Welcome. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate everybody taking some time this evening to talk about junior golf for the 2023 season with the London Junior Golf Development Center. Really excited with the new change in our program and being powered by Operation 36. It's an amazing opportunity for families and especially for juniors to have a really great path forward in this lovely game of golf. One of the biggest questions I got asked right now is I got asked why the change, because we have been doing a couple things, and really the story I want to share with you quickly is a parent came to me and asked me, my son Johnny, he wants to play golf. We're just not quite sure how to support him. And so we had been doing some other programs and with some good success. The only challenge with those other programs was the kids had a hard time, one, openly keeping booklets and not losing them. And number two, as a coach and our coaching staff, we had a hard time being able to communicate with the parents and the kids and have a great opportunity for them. So we're really excited because now we have the tools so the parents know what to do and, more importantly, what not to do. And just imagine if your son or daughter, goes to the driving range because they love to practice, but they don't really know what to do. And that's one of the coolest parts about what's coming forward for you. And even parents can join alongside too. So we're really, really excited. The plan this evening is to keep this short, under 30 minutes. But if you do have any questions, I just ask you to put the questions in the chat and we'll address those questions as we go, or at the end of the presentation, just so we can stay quick and on point. So a quick background, as I mentioned, our program is now powered by Operation 36. You might be wondering, what is Operation 36? Well, it was started by two golf professionals that were looking for a better way of introducing the game of golf for people. So what I think the best way to show you this is I'm going to just share my screen and we're going to go through a little presentation that I have put together for you guys. So just bear with me here for a moment. I'm going to share my screen and we'll take you through this. Okay. All right. Can Derek, can you guys, and your son, can you guys give me a thumbs up? Can you see the presentation? All right, everybody. So yeah, as I mentioned, they want to introduce golfers to a better way and provide a better way of being able to track them. So realistically, the real problem was the way a beginner golfer is introduced to the game it's just wrong, man. We're told people aren't ready for the course yet because they don't know how to swing. They don't have all the skills. So a lot of people go, oh, I got to take 5 lessons first to actually get better. And then I'll be ready for the course. Well, Operation 36 and myself, we don't feel that's the same way. We feel like you should be playing the game of golf to learn the game of golf. So we're really excited because it's a different framework that the biggest key is it's the traditional way we introduce golf to beginners is wrong. So here's a typical hole. This is what we do with people. And you see the skills of the game are listed there. But often we take a beginner to the golf course and they do this. They duff one, they duff one, they duff one, go in the bunker, duff one, 5 shots, 6 shots, 7 shots, they're on the green, 8, they're finally there, and 9, they're in the hole. Oh, wait, we got 10 shots. Ultimately, that isn't fun, okay? And we knew it wasn't fun, and that's why we've been using some other ways of doing it. It's frustrating. I can tell you how many kids and adults find it very frustrating, especially kids that shoot 10 shots on a hole. The other thing is it is overwhelming. And really, at the end of the day, when you look at it, most people just don't have a plan. We've had a plan in the past, but again, we haven't been able to really measure it. So that's what really brings this to light. So one of the things now, the way that Operation 36 works when we introduce people to the game of golf is we actually work from the target score of 36, which is par. And your goal is to break par. And so what we do is we actually start from the hole and work backwards. So we start on 25-yard holes and 50-yard holes and 100-yard holes and 150, 200, and then back to the tee blocks. And the cool part is there's really three key parts. Is one, we are awesome at helping kids play golf fast. We play under 2 hours. There's the target or goals for them to achieve. And then it's actually really simple because the game of golf is about breaking par and shooting low scores. So breaking 36 is a great way. So the three cores of the Operation 36 program, you'll see them there. What first is you play 9 holes, break 36. We just covered that. The second is the long-term curriculum. And this is what's exciting because you will be able to, each group coaching session, each week, you will have a clear video to watch and prep for that class. So now you already come to class prepared. You already know what we're going to be covering. So you don't stand around and talk a lot. Instead, we take lots of massive action. And the final thing is, and this is the exciting part, and we'll get to the technology part, because the app is there. Not only can we watch videos, but we can actually train and track your progress. So parents can see it, kids can see it, coaches can see it, and ultimately those three people are all the people there working for one thing, which is to help people move forward. Okay. So how it works. Okay. This was a question that new families who haven't been part of our program, you aren't aware of it at all. For those people that have been part of our program, you've kind of experienced this a little bit in the past. So as I mentioned, on the right there is the distances. So you start short and you gradually get a little bit longer. And we're very blessed that we use Oxbow Glen, and Oxbow Glen has the opportunity for us to have a lot of these tee blocks for kids to graduate. Okay. How it really works is, and you've seen it in the layout of the program, is we have 9-hole events. We're going to have 3 of them each season, and you start, and if you break 36, then you move to the next division. I will talk a little bit later about, it says everybody starts at Division 1. I will talk to those people that have been in our program before about how you can actually advance through that a little bit quicker. I'll address that a little bit later. Okay. So the really cool part is how the program works. So most of you have seen that we actually have 7 weekly classes, and then we have 3 9-hole events each season. And the really cool part is it's really easy for the classes. In the Learn to Golf program, it's 1 hour. The program that is the Players Edition, they have a little longer class because the kids are a little bit more advanced and they have a higher level of interest. But realistically, in the bottom right-hand corner, kind of shows you how a class goes. We play a game, then we educate ourselves, and then we play another game. And before you know it, boom, we've covered off 2 of our 2 skills that evening, getting him prepared for our next 9-hole event. Okay. It's really basic. It's really simple. And the cool part is this: most of the games and drills you're going to be asked to play, you have access to most of them on the app. So you will again be able to watch them so you understand the game. Then when you come to class, again, we don't have to spend a lot of time explaining the game. Instead, it's let's play the game, learn, and get much better. Okay. So the other part about the program is this, which is really exciting, is there's 12 skills in each part of a level, each rank. We call them ranks. And ultimately, you can see them listed there on the right side. So for example, we may ask you to go and review the putting video and the green reading video, and let's say the posture video. We may ask you to review those for a specific class. We may ask you to complete some of the other, like mastery, honor, work ethic. We may ask you to complete those on your own time. But those 12 things need to be achieved for us to be able to move to the next rank. Okay? And the neatest thing is it's all able to watch the videos outside. And for us, we're using a virtual bag tag, where online you'll be able to see what are the things that you've passed. The bag tag that they have there right now, we're choosing not to use it for our program for this season upcoming, because there's been enough changes as well. The cool part again is the mobile app, and that we can track everything on that app. Okay, so talking about the app, let's dive into it, because this is the part that I really appreciate all of you coming to listen, because this is the part where all the action happens. Okay, and this is the part that's going to be really important for us to be able to see your progress as the coaches, and us to be able to share with you as well. So let's dive into a little bit. So what you'll notice is playing golf. So there's an actual part when you go play golf, you're going to enter your information. You're going to enter your score, the putts and the greens you hit. That's kind of optional, but you'll notice there you get 50 points for each time you go play. We'll talk a little bit more about the points in that a little bit later. The cool part is in the actual app, as it says, there is a GPS for a lot of courses that you can use, but most importantly, there's also a scorecard, and then you can have milestones as well. So again, we can track your playing, and I'm going to tell you, every time you go play, it's really important to put in your information, okay? Every time you play. The other thing is, every time you go train, okay, you get points. And the practice is actually, again, guided, because the activities that you can choose from are in there. So for example, if you want to go chipping, practice your chipping, you can click on the chipping, and it'll show you 2 or 3 activities that you can choose from. And then when you go do the activity, you just enter your score in, and then you'll see a little bit of the magic a little bit later about what happens next, okay? So the cool part is there's 3 real components of it. And the neat part is, again, you're gaining points, you can have streaks, and you can learn to level up to the next. What do you need to do next? So it's about playing golf, practicing golf, and it's talking about there's some social challenges like watching the tour event, cleaning your clubs, because again, I've seen enough kids' clubs, a lot of them don't clean them enough. I see some parents laughing right now, which is awesome. And so there's some other things you can gain points to as well. There are 3 leaderboard challenges. There's the global leaderboard, which is our community against the rest of the Operation 36 communities around the world, okay? And it's pretty cool. A good friend of mine's program has actually been in the top 5 the last 3 months, because his kids are really active. They're really practiced. They play. And by the way, his program is in the South. It's not here in Canada. But then there's also the community leaderboard, which is the top 3 in our community of the London Junior Golf Program. And then there's also a class leaderboard. And the class leaderboard mostly is for contributing and seeing who's contributing a lot to their game. So as I mentioned, there's a couple more things to share with you. This is the one that's exciting. Okay, take note of this. If you want to take a screenshot of this so you understand where to go. This is pretty neat. When I showed this to a couple people that came in, this 36 button, this is where you're going to view the videos that you need to watch so you can understand the things that you need to pass. One of the juniors on this call right now, Lucas, has been actually the one who through the wintertime has been testing some of these things and helping me figure out a way to be able to make this easy for everybody. He's doing a phenomenal job watching the videos. And you'll talk a little bit later about how you can submit your progress out before the actual test class, but we'll talk about that a little bit. But the cool part is all the things you're going to learn are right there for you. We're not hiding anything from you. Everything's right there for you. I know some kids have already been telling me they're already watching videos, which is awesome. So you can even mark that as training. Is part of the program as well. Okay, there is one thing I'll just touch on really quickly is you can also have your own private goals. So you as your own player could come up with your own goals that you want to achieve. If you want help with it, again, as you get a little bit more advanced, you'll learn how to do it yourself, but we'll also help you do that as well. Okay. The cool part takeaway from this slide is how you view the curriculum and finding those videos. So one thing I'd ask all of the kids to do over the next couple of days is to go on the app and find those buttons, mess around with them a little bit. Okay. Outstanding. We're moving along really well. Okay. This is the part that we need to make sure everybody is aware of. Okay. Based on the way the world of communication is going, and the fact that a lot of the time people have email filters, because a lot of the time spam filters, a lot of times last year people weren't getting our messages, and then they're panicking about class. So the cool part is, as you've already experienced on the app, we can make announcements. So like we made an announcement about this Zoom meeting. So the neat part is, if we do have a class to cancel, that's where it's going to be posted. Usually 2 hours ahead of the class is when we make the decision on whether the class is a go. Now, kids, I have to be honest with you. Most of you who have been around, we will hit balls. We will practice in a little bit of rain. We will have to, though, if there's lightning, we have to cancel it, okay? Or if the rain is really, really, really bad for a period of time and the facility shut down, or we feel like it's not going to be enjoyable, we can't have to cancel. But again, that's where the program announcements are, okay? Up in the top right corner there, okay? The next thing, final thing I just want to share with you about the app is that your actions that you do and your stats are shared with me. I can see them. For example, Foster, he played an indoor round of golf. He was able to take a picture of his scorecard, post it, and it's already there, and I can review that for him, okay? The one thing to be aware of is you can only post pictures. You cannot post videos. We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment or two. Okay? Final thing. I get this question a lot from parents. Well, if my junior continues with the program, where are they going to be? Well, ultimately, there's 3 different places you're going to go. Number 1 is in high school, you're going to be someone who just plays golf for fun. Okay. You might be someone who decides to do competitive golf and join Team London, which is our competitive program. And the third place is you might be someone who takes a break for a little bit because you might have focus on some other sports and activities. All 3 of them are great active options. The key I want to share right now is the fact that you have a training, you have a model, you have a step-by-step progress to get you there. One caution. I'm going to caution right now. Some juniors and parents and grandparents, all of a sudden, they start moving the kid further back because they're getting older. Please, please, for your benefit, please stick to the breaking 36. You will learn so much more about how to play this game and enjoy it long-term by staying on that track, okay? That's my only share regarding that at the moment, okay? Now, before I go too far, I want to mention 2 updates. All the session details for each program will be updated shortly. I will share this right now. Week 1 of our spring Learn to Golf and Player Edition program. Week 1 our sessions will be at Oxbow Glen Golf Course, and we'll be meeting at the putting green area. Okay, so I can share that with you. The remaining details, for example, will be posted, and guess what? Through the announcement tab, announcement will be made to tell you that the session details are up, because there will be some videos we'll need you to go watch ahead of your first class. Please, please, please make sure you show up watching the videos, because otherwise you might feel a little bit out of place. Okay. Second thing is it talks about progress videos. And what this addresses is some juniors have been in our program for several years, and they're already progressed to, say, for example, the 200-yard marker. What we've decided to do after speaking with some of the juniors that tested it is that they all saw value in making sure they went through level 1, level 2, and level 3 before they get to level 4. So what we've decided to do for those juniors is, or other juniors, if you want to progress and get something marked off that you've achieved, what you're going to do is you're going to have a video. You'll take a video of yourself doing it and submit it to us through a secure folder link. That link will be provided to you later. Then the coaches will review it, and then we'll mark off whether or not you've achieved it. Now, you might say, Brian, how do I know what I'm supposed to submit? Each video will actually, the second part of you, show you what you need to do in order to pass that portion. Okay? All right, which is a pretty exciting thing for us, that we're going to be able to do this. All right. Final thing, just a little review, is that there's 3 parts to this. There are the 36 on the course. There's a weekly group coaching, which for the weekly group coaching, you're going to be asked to watch your videos. Make sure you come prepared for the videos and the drills. Okay. And then the third component is the technology piece, which is, again, tracking your play and your practice. Okay. And this year, because it's new, we will be using some of the training that we do in our class. We'll actually be using that as progress. Normally we track what's done outside of class, but this year we're going to do it just to make sure the kids understand how to do it, and we're able to support them. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right. And I'm just going to take a look here and see if there's any questions. Oh, my video is going a little crazy. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to stop it and restart it. There, I'm back. Look at that. So much better. Okay. Oh, I see that someone did text me a question rather than using the Zoom link. It's good that they did this. So their question was, Coach Brian, my kids are young. Are they gonna understand? Okay. I see a couple kids there that I know, and one of them, I believe, he's 6 years old, and I see another girl that's 8 years old. I firmly believe, I'm confident that all you kids can watch the video and understand it. If you watch it the first time and you don't understand it, watch it a second time. Okay. And for those people with siblings, brothers and sisters, you might want to make sure each one of you knows what you're going to do and have a conversation around it. Okay. All right. And that way you can be prepared for classes and have more fun. All right. Because at the end of the day, our goal for all of you is that you really enjoy the game of golf. It's a cool game. I can be open with you. I'm getting on an airplane tomorrow. I am leaving for a couple days, and I'm going to be playing golf. I'm going to be playing golf with my family that I don't see them often, but it's a great way to spend a couple hours together and be able to catch up, but also be able to enjoy some beautiful places in this world. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, oh, I see a question. Will the kids go home with their scores to enter into the app after class? Fantastic question. Yes, they will have access. They will have their score. And one of the things that we're trying to figure out is if we could even have potentially an opportunity for them to enter it right then and there. But yes, they will have their scores to enter into the app after class. Okay. Sometimes it might be, we're just figuring out a little bit for the training, a little bit how that will work. Okay. The other thing that I'll share with you finally is someone asked me, I just got another text message. Oh yeah. So they said, well, if we go to a golf course, how do we know where to start? Okay. One of the things that I want to help you understand is that it's not an exact science. Okay. So for example, if your kid's on a 25-yard hole, they'll teach you, all you do is you go walk 10 paces from the front of the green, drop the ball, and that's where they start. Okay. And then for 50 yards, you kind of guesstimate between the 100-yard marker or the green. Or I got a little secret for you. Remember I told you on the app, there's the GPS. You can actually use the app, and the app will tell you when you're at 50 yards. Okay. All right. So that's a little bit more. We'll talk about that. Okay. Someone asked about a rare instance a session gets canceled due to rain. Do they get rescheduled? I'm going to answer that. The answer is no, we don't reschedule them. Instead, what we try and do is make some classes longer. The reason we can't reschedule them is every single week from the start of the season to the end of the season, there's a class except 1 week. And that 1 week is the last week of school. And the reason we don't do that is because nobody ends up showing up if we do. Okay, so what we try and do is be fair and extend classes. If we get canceled for the on-course part, usually what we do is we play more holes the next time that we have it, okay? We do the best we can. And I know that over the years, parents have been really appreciative that we've done the best we can to try to give maximum opportunities, okay? Question about, I have multiple children under my profile, but how do I find the login information to set it up on their devices? Okay, so each junior has been given an ID when you signed up. If you don't remember what those are, you can find them when you go into your app. If you can't find it, send me a private message and I will help you through those steps, okay? Okay, perfect. I appreciate the message, Derek. Appreciate that, all right? Okay, so as I said, I want to keep this to a half an hour because I respect everybody's time. We really look forward to having a fantastic season. I know there is, I'm going to give a shout out to Mr. Wes Turner. I see you sitting over there. You might be wondering where your golf clubs are. They are supposed to arrive tomorrow. We didn't forget about you. We actually had to find a set of clubs from the US and have them shipped up. So they are coming for you as well. Okay, I believe everybody else on this call, we're good to go. So again, I really appreciate everybody's time. And I'm going to leave with one final thing for you. Okay. And this is for all the kids. Okay. So what matters for me as a coach and matters for you isn't about necessarily breaking 36 when you come to play golf. To me, it's about two bigger things. It's about the effort that you give. Are you giving your 100% effort every time you come? And the second part is, what are you learning about you while you're getting better at golf? So for example, you might start out as one of those kids that's very competitive and very hard on themselves and gets really upset when they don't get something right. But if you learn the lesson from it, which is, hey, you know what? I just need to do this a little bit more. That's more important than actually breaking 36 strokes. Because the final thing I want to share with you is once you find the distance that's really challenging for you, Operation 36 research says it takes somewhere between 15 to 20 times to break that number. So I share that with you because, again, you might get to that challenging distance and it takes you a while, but it's about who you become while you're doing it. It's about effort, and that's what matters to me. A lot of the kids that are part of our program, they stay around for years because that's what our cornerstone is. Yes, we want you to break 36. More importantly, though, we want you to have fun. We want you to give your best effort and ultimately learn a little bit more about who you are, okay? I appreciate everybody's time. All right. If you want, there will be a recording of this. You can watch it again. If you do have any questions, you can post questions. You can send them through my email. I'm not sure if you can send questions yet through the app. Maybe someone can figure that out for me. All right. Again, thank you all for coming tonight. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to warm out. And we really look forward to having a fantastic season.